What's up, guys? Justin here with our weekend garage sale pickups. Now, originally for this video I had intended to show you guys everything that we've picked up over the last couple weeks. I know we didn't have a video uploaded last week and I do apologize for that. I was actually out of town on Saturday, so I didn't get to hit up the garage sales. My cousin and I did go out on Friday actually, but we found absolutely nothing. And actually Ryan and his brother went out by themselves on Saturday and they did alright. They got like a Super Nintendo, Game Boy and some games and stuff. But yeah, over the last week I found a few things at the thrift stores, and I also got a really cool trade package in the mail from a brand new YouTuber on here, Married Guy Gamer, and I'm actually going to save that stuff for our next video just to kind of keep everything separated and keep this video a decent length, because I have a lot of stuff to show you guys that we picked up today at the garage sale. So we did take the camera with us yesterday and today, and we didn't film a whole lot of footage. Both days were a little bit hectic, but we did get some, so I will insert the Friday footage right here and then I'll show you guys what we got. Hey guys, Justin and Ryan here on our way up to our first couple sales for the weekend. Kind of out of our way right now, but we're going to head back into our town. There's a neighborhood sale going on that we've completely struck out at the last 2 years, but there's about 10 or 12 different sales going on, so we're hoping for a little better luck this year anyway. So we stopped at our first few sales. Didn't really get anything video game related. I did pick up a bookshelf for the game room, and those always come in handy. But we're headed more back to our town now for the neighborhood garage sale that we've never really had any luck at, but wish us luck with that. So for anyone who doesn't know exactly where we live, right on Lake Superior in Upper Michigan, and it's awesome in the summertime. So I just got done with that neighborhood sale, and I had to drop Ryan off at home. Unfortunately, he's got to head to work right now, but I swung by the St. Vincent de Paul, and they didn't have much, but I did find a DS Lite charger for 75 cents, and actually it was student discount day, so it was 20% off. It was like 64 cents or something like that, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Headed home now. There might be one more sale on the way home. I think there might be a church on my way home that's having a sale, so I'll probably stop in there, but that'll be all for the day. So yeah, we started Friday a little bit out of the way. Didn't find anything video game related at the first 4 sales we stopped at. I did pick up a bookshelf from the first sale we stopped at though, just to have an extra one down here. I think I paid $5 for it. But then we headed over to that neighborhood sale that I had mentioned we've completely struck out at the last 2 years. Haven't found anything there, but there was like 10 or 12 different sales going on, so we figured we should probably at least check it out. And we had a little bit better luck this time, nothing too great. Got a stack of DS games here. The first one being Pets Rescue Wildlife Vet, and it does have a $2 price tag on it, but I got a bundle deal on everything we bought from this sale, so don't worry, I did not end up paying $2 for this game. This next one here is unfortunately just the case and manual. There was no game in this one, and it easily would have been the best game in the lot, but it's New Super Mario Bros. And again, no game in this one. But it does still have the Club Nintendo points, so I'll have to see if those are still good. But maybe I can come across a loose copy of this game. And this next one is actually just the case and manual for Fossil Fighters. This one did have a game in it, though. It just wasn't the right game. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, which I guess is kind of cool. I mean, honestly, I'd probably rather have a loose copy of this game than a complete Fossil Fighters anyway. And then we got Let's Ride Friends Forever. Now, I was watching somebody's video, I think it was one of Bowden's videos, and he had mentioned there was some horse game for some system that was pretty hard to find, pretty rare and valuable game, and I never remember which one it is. So I've just been picking up every horse game I've seen, just on a long shot that it's the expensive one, and it's not this one, so don't pick this one up. So I brought this stack up to the lady, and I asked her if maybe she knew where the game was for New Super Mario Bros. Unfortunately, she didn't end up finding it, but she did find some other stuff. She had like a stuffed animal with a zipper on it, so she unzips it, and out of nowhere pulls some Game Boy Advance games out, and actually one more loose cartridge DS game, which was Mario Kart DS. And they're only asking $1 for it, so I had no problem paying that. And then, yeah, some Game Boy Advance games. This first one here is actually a Game Boy Advance video, SpongeBob SquarePants. Got Ice Age 2 The Meltdown, Nicktoons Freeze Frame Frenzy, we got Happy Feet, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, and another Let's Ride game, Sunshine Stables. And that one also came with the manual actually, so someone must have liked horses. But yeah, I bundled all that together. I offered her $10 for everything, and she happily accepted that, so that was a pretty good deal. She also had a PSP that I had asked her if she had any more video games, and she pulled out a PSP from her house. She was asking like $30 for it though, and when I went to test it, I couldn't get any of the buttons to work or anything. I couldn't find a lock switch on it anywhere, so I just kind of assumed it didn't work. But that was all we found for Friday, with the exception of this DS Lite charger that I probably already showed in the footage at the beginning. But Saturday, this morning, was absolutely amazing at the garage sales. There was like 2 town-wide sales going on, like 15-20 minutes away from here, and we must have went to 40 or 50 different sales, and we got a lot of stuff. So I'll show you guys what we filmed this morning, and then when I come back, I'll show you guys everything we picked up. Alright, what's up guys? Justin here with my cousin, actually out at a town-wide garage sale. We're just waiting for our first sale to open up right now. I think this one actually says video games, so we're crossing our fingers. So wish us luck today. Okay, so we just stopped at another sale out at these like storage unit things. It said video games. I ended up picking up a couple things anyway. I had to leave some stuff there unfortunately, but we're off to another sale that says games now, so wish us luck. So as you can see, it has begun to rain. Luckily, it's not that cold out yet, but we just stopped at a sale down this street. It's actually the same sale we stopped at last year where I got like the complete in box Jetsons for the Super Nintendo and the complete Super Adventure Island. And this guy has a lot more cool games. I ended up just spending 70 bucks at his garage sale, but I got some really cool stuff, so I can't wait to show it to you guys in the video. So, got myself a couple more bookshelves. I had to move my seat up just so I could fit everything in here. We're getting a lot of stuff today. I actually had to just go to the ATM to take out some more cash because I ran out. So it's a good day. It's about 9:30 right now. We're hoping to hit a bunch more still. I don't know what's still gonna be left, but. So it's been a pretty crazy day. Not over yet. We still haven't even hit a whole town of garage sales. I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to or not because this town is hot right now. We've found stuff at every other sale, if not every sale. It's ridiculous. I cannot wait for this pickup video. So it started raining again, but I think we're probably done for the day now, unless we see any while on the way back to my house. But it was a crazy day of garage selling, I'll tell you that. And I'm pretty excited to do this pickup video and show you guys what we got. So personally, I can never drive by our local Goodwill without stopping in. So we're gonna make this the last stop of the day. Alright, here we go. Saturday pickups. Now, we got up to the town-wide sale a little bit early. We went over to the first sale. They had advertised video games online. That's kind of when we went to that one first. We got there right as they were opening, and they had a stack of PlayStation 2 games. They were all marked for $2 a piece, though, so I kind of had to, you know, pick and choose a little bit. I ended up with 6 games here, and I offered the guy 10 bucks for the stack, and he accepted that. So I'll show you guys what we got. X-Men Origins Wolverine. We got Tekken 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc, Destroy All Humans, and Destroy All Humans 2. And again, for $2, I kind of had to pick and choose. There was a few other games there that I just pass on because I didn't want to pay $2 for them. But 10 bucks for that stack I thought was a pretty good deal. And then we went over to another sale that was actually being held in a storage unit. Some guy was moving and needed to get rid of all of his stuff. He had advertised a PS2 and a Wii, which we immediately saw when we walked up there. I asked him how much he wanted for everything, and he told me to make him an offer. So I did, and then he proceeded to tell me that he wanted $100 for everything. So I knew I wasn't going to walk away with like the Wii or anything. I really didn't want to spend that much money that early in the day, especially on like a Wii. But I did end up with the PS2 bundle. PS2 Slim here. It's got a first-party memory card in it. It came with 2 controllers, first-party one here, and then an off-brand one. And it had both adapters with it. The guy told me that it worked, so crossing my fingers. And then it also came with like 3 games. Nothing special here. We got Gran Turismo 4, Need for Speed 2, Need for Speed Underground 2, and Rock Band. And I was trying as hard as I could to get the guy down to 20 bucks for that bundle, and he would not budge off $25. I wasn't going to lose it over $5 though, so I went ahead and paid the $25 for it. So anyway, after that is when we made our way over to the sale that we had actually stopped at last year. Ended up being a huge score for us last year. Is the one where I got the complete in box Jetsons for the Super Nintendo, the complete in box Super Adventure Island, all for an amazing deal. Basically, the guy that was running the sale, he is a video game reseller. You know, he buys locally and he resells locally, but he has very, very fair prices. For example, I walked into his garage, walked back to where I saw some cartridge games, and the first game I saw was Super Metroid. And it had a $20 price sticker on it, which, you know, I don't really like paying $20 for one game at a garage sale, but $20 is more than fair for this cartridge, you know, especially knowing that he had looked it up on eBay and everything. You know, that's essentially half price of what the game goes for. So I had no problem paying $20 for this. I did end up getting a bundle deal on everything though. I actually got a really good deal. So I'll show you guys everything that we got from the sale, and then I'll tell you what I paid for it. He had some Wii games. One in particular that really caught my eye is Fortune Street. Now this is a game that Ryan picked up from GameStop not too long ago, and we've always had a blast playing it. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, it's basically a combination of Mario Party and Monopoly. There's like no mini games or anything like that, so it plays a little faster than Mario Party. But it's like Monopoly, you know, you buy property, people land on your property, they pay you money and stuff, and the goal is to ultimately end up with the target amount of money and make it back to the start. So it's really cool though, because it's made by Square Enix, so it actually has Square Enix characters that you can play as, and it has all like the classic Mario characters as well. This was marked for $20, which I knew was a little bit high. I know GameStop sells it used for $20. I think on eBay it's more like a $10 or $15 game. But you know, again, the prices were negotiable, so I ended up getting this in the bundle. Also picked up Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Now, I believe this is like an expanded version of the first one. I think there was 2 different fifth grader games for the Wii. This one looks like it's just an expansion of the first one that I already have. But again, this is just one of those games that you just throw in when a bunch of people are over and you see how far you can get. So went ahead and picked that one up. And he had a bunch of PlayStation games, a bunch of PS1 games actually. I didn't end up getting any of those. They were all in pretty poor condition. I'm sure they were cheap, but there was just really nothing that caught my eye. And he had a big box of PS2 games as well. I just picked out a couple that I thought looked pretty cool. We got Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and this one is complete. I thought that was a pretty cool find. And then this one, a factory sealed copy of Defender. And that's really the only reason I picked this one up, is because it's factory sealed. I don't know how much that increases the value, if at all, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then he did have a box of like cheaper cartridge games that he was selling. A couple of these were $1 and a few more were $2. These Game Boy games were both $1 a piece. We got Tekken Advance and R-Type DX, which I don't think I had, so I'll be adding this one to my collection. Also in that cheaper box, the rest of these were $2 games. This is a great deal for $2 though. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. This one actually goes for quite a bit more than $2. This one's obviously in really rough shape. It was a Blockbuster rental. It's got crap all over it, but it should clean up alright. The label's in, it's a little bit worn, but $2 was still a good deal for that. Also got Cool Spot. Really, really cool, unique game here. Pack Attack. Super Buster Bros. We got an NES game here, Gyromite. I don't know, I thought maybe it had a Famicom converter in it. I honestly didn't even really look while we were there. I just kind of picked it up. And then N64 game here, actually a box 64 game. Now it's just the cartridge and the box. The box doesn't even have the insert or anything, and it was a rental, but the box is in pretty good shape for it being a rental. It's Quest 64 with the box here. Again, this is just a completely empty box. I do already have this one complete though, so I'll have to see if this box is in better shape than mine or not. I doubt it, because it's got a big Blockbuster sticker on the back of it that doesn't look like it's coming off anytime soon, and the card's pretty messed up. But still, for $2, and there was more games in that cheaper bin. Off the top of my head, I think I passed up a Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo. There was obviously some sports ones and stuff too, but. So I had him add all that stuff up. I think the total for everything, what he had marked on it, came out to just under $70. He offered it to me for $50, which obviously I was more than willing to pay. But that's when I was like, you know what? I'll give you $70 if you throw in this game. Now, you had this other game here marked for $30, which is a fair price for it. I ended up getting it for $20 extra though, which I thought was a fantastic deal, and that's Soul Blazer by Enix. And just like Super Metroid, I think this is a $40 or $50 game on eBay. He had it marked for $30, obviously a very fair price, and gave it to me for $20. So that was awesome. And I ended up, giving the guy my number and my name, my email address, and I just said, hey, I know you buy and sell games. Whenever you get something new, just give me an email and we'll work something out. So I'm hoping to hear back from him soon. But yeah, that whole stack for $70 there. Again, I usually don't spend that much money at one garage sale, but for the stuff I got, that was an excellent deal. Again, it just goes to show that not all resellers are bad people. This guy's a really nice guy, and he always has very fair prices. So, anyway, moving on from there, I really didn't have that much money left in my wallet at this point. I'm not exactly sure when it was, but at some point during the day. I actually had to drive through an ATM and take out like another $60 because I just didn't have any more money on me, and I'm glad I did, because had I not, we would have missed out on a lot of stuff. So I'll go to this sale next. I actually picked up 2 more bookshelves from this next sale, and they're really nice bookshelves. So like this one back here, they might be a little bit narrower, but they're the same amount of shelves, they're the same height and everything, and the guy was asking $5 a piece on them. I mean, you can't pass up a really nice bookshelf for $5, and he had 2 matching ones too. So 2 bookshelves like this for $10, that was a no-brainer. The hardest part was just getting it into my Jeep. Like you saw in the video, I had to move my front seat up and like squished against the steering wheel just so I could fit these bookshelves in my Jeep. But he also had a few games at that sale. I got the bookshelves and these 2 games for $15 total. We got Street Fighter Street Fighter Tekken, actually, for the PS3, which I thought was really cool. He had 2 other PS3 games there. I think it was like Soul Calibur, and there was one other one, and they're all $5 a piece. So I thought $5 for this was a good deal. I didn't really think it was that great for the other games. And then this is the one I kind of got thrown in for free, Resident Evil 4 for the Wii, which was really cool. It had the it was raining, and I don't know if this was sitting outside or what, but the artwork got wet, so it's kind of wrinkled. But I mean, the disc is in good shape and the manual is still good and everything. So that was pretty much thrown in for free anyway. So for $15 for 2 bookshelves and these 2 games, great deal. And moving on, some of this other stuff, there was multiple sales, probably like 4 or 5 sales where we literally just found like 1 game, 1 or 2 games. So these were all kind of like sporadic pickups. But at one sale, I found this for 25 cents. DS game, and to be honest, I don't even know what game it is because the price sticker is covering it, but I guess we'll do a revealing here. It looks like Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. So for $0.25, I mean, even a loose game, can't pass that up. I believe this one was $1 at another sale. We got Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. I think they had this one in 1 sports game there, so I don't know if they got picked through before I got there or what, but $1 for this. It is complete, pretty good shape. This one here was just out of some random plastic bin at a garage selling a bunch of DVDs. For 50 cents, The Sims for the PS2. And then we went over to another sale and just completely it didn't look like they were going to have any video games at all. I found a couple Wii games. I only ended up picking up one of them. One of them was like Rock Sing It or something like that. But I found Zelda Twilight Princess for $1. And this one's is complete and in really nice shape. So for $1, can't go wrong with a Zelda title. And at another sale, I found another Wii game, Speed Racer, the video game. This one's not in the greatest shape. It was only $1 though, and it is complete. And then at that same sale, I found this, which I thought was really cool. It's New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's like a collector's puzzle, like a 550-piece puzzle or something. So maybe if I'm bored tonight, I'll put this together or something. I think this was 75 cents for that, so it was cheap. Moving on, we've got some PlayStation games from another sale. Just 2 filler titles here: NCAA Football 2001. And NBA Live 2002. Those were both 50 cents a piece, and I mean, honestly, if either of the cases had 1 crack on them, I wouldn't have bought them, but the cases are in good shape, discs are in good shape, so for $1 for the both of them, I figured I might as well pick it up. And then also at that sale, they had a Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PS2, so second one of the day, also complete for 50 cents. So moving on to some Game Boy stuff. Walked up to one sale. First thing I saw was this Game Boy Advance, a Glacier one. Actually had a game sticking out of the top. Game & Watch Gallery 3. And this was marked for $5, which I thought was a pretty good deal. The screen isn't perfect. It doesn't look like there's any like real scratches or anything. It's just got some residue on it from something that I can probably get off. The only downside was it actually has one of these Yobo GameWare like battery packs. So it's not the official battery pack, it's this one that comes like built in with the batteries, and it had like the charger for it here, which I guess was kind of cool. I guess it was better than it not having a battery pack at all. So $5 for that, and then when he saw me looking at this, the guy told me that he actually had another Game Boy system on the other side of his garage, and I walked over there and found a teal Game Boy Color for $3, and this one actually had a game in it that I don't have yet, Nemesis. So that was awesome for $3. I did test both of those while we were there. The battery for this one was charged, and this one did have battery, so I was able to test them, and they both work. So awesome deal for those. At that same sale, they also had some DS games, PlayStation games, some PSP games. I ended up leaving a lot of them there. Like they had a bunch of like SpongeBob games for the PS2 and stuff, and they weren't complete. The discs were scratched, and you know they were all $1 a piece. But sometimes you just got to walk away from a $1 game if it's just not worth it. But for the DS, these are all $1 a piece. We got Nancy Drew, The Deadly Secret of the Old World Park. We got Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box, and the only reason I've ever heard of these Professor Layton games, I think from Scorpion Slayer 66. I know he really likes these games, so I don't know, dude. If you don't have this one for some reason and you're looking for it, hit me up. We got Mystery P.I. Portrait of a Thief. This is funny because it's actually from that game store that was downtown that Ryan and I pretty much bought out. The same way we went to her garage sale last week and we recognized her from there. This was from her store. And we got Hotel Dusk, room 215. I've never even heard of any of these before, but again, for $1. And then got a couple PSP games. They had a bunch of PSP movies, but I mean, I don't even have a PSP, so I really had no reason to buy any movies, and they weren't good movies anyway. But we got Medieval Resurrection, which is cool. I just picked up Medieval for the PS1. Looking for Medieval 2 now. I know Ryan has that one. I gotta find that one too. But Medieval Resurrection, and we also got Tomb Raider Anniversary. I believe this one is complete as well. And then again with the horse games, we got Gallop Racer 2004. Not the expensive one, but oh, it's missing the manual too. But that was probably only $1, and I think everything totaled up to like 17 bucks. Offered 15, and the guy happily took that. So awesome score at that sale as well. Let's see what else have we got here. Wow. Okay, now one of the other sales we went to, they had a black Wii, and they were asking I think $35 for it. I was really tempted to buy it. It was getting towards like the end of the day. I didn't have a whole lot of money left in my wallet. I'm actually glad I passed on it because I wouldn't have had enough money to buy something else that I'm about to show. But yeah, it was a black Wii, and it was missing like the stand and stuff. It had the cords. I don't even know if it had a controller. I got the lady down to 30 bucks, but she wouldn't go any lower than that, so I passed. But at that same sale, I did get a PS2 Fat, and the system was marked for $10. It's got a memory card in it, and it looks like some receiver for some wireless controller that didn't come with it, but both the adapters are there. And then at that same sale, they also had a copy of Final Fantasy 12 for 50 cents. That actually had the disc for Final Fantasy 12 in it, and the disc for Army Men Soldiers of Misfortune. I didn't even see that in there. It's kind of scratched up though from being loose in the case. But yeah, I asked if I bought the system for 10 if she'd throw in the game for free. She was only asking 50 cents for it, and she said that was fine. And then just when I thought I had enough PS2s for the day, walked into a sale and found another PS2 bundle. Now, at this sale, I kind of pulled like a classic garage sale maneuver. We walked up there, saw this box of PS2 stuff, and it was marked for $40. And I really didn't want to pay $40 for it. I mean, to me, that's approaching what it is retail. So I looked in my wallet. I had, I think, 2 20s, and I had a bunch of 1s. And like I said, I really didn't want to pay $40 for the lot. So what I did was I took one of the 20s out of my wallet, put it in a different pocket, and hid it away. And turned around back to the guy and I said, you know, would you take $30 for it? I took out my wallet. He saw that all I had in there was 30 bucks, and he took it. You know, he was iffy, but he took it because he knew that's all I had. So I guess that's just a little tip. Sometimes you gotta hide some money away and to get the better deal. But I ended up getting this lot for 30 bucks, which I thought was a pretty fair price. So again, PS2 Fat system, got a nice stack of games here. I'll show the system first. Looks to be in pretty nice shape. It's actually got the modem on the back of it too. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty cool. And also in the box was this is a DVD remote, I'm assuming, and it also had the iToy in there, along with a memory card, and both the adapters are in here, and 2 first-party controllers. And then the stack of games here, we got Namco Museum 50th Anniversary, iToy Play 2, 007 Agent Under Fire, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Tetris Worlds, Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, second copy of Destroy All Humans for the day, SOCOM 3 US Navy SEALs, and ATV Off-Road Fury 2. So I think, 9 games and the system for 30 bucks. you know, decent deal, decent way to end the day anyway. We really didn't find anything else after that. We stopped at a few more sales. I literally only had that $20 left in my wallet though, so I'm kind of glad we didn't find it. I mean, it would have been worse if we found something and I couldn't afford it, you know. That would have been worse than not finding anything at all. But anyway, to wrap up the video, I came home and one of my buddies had actually gone out garage sailing in our town today and had found a few video games. He was calling me throughout the day and stuff, so I want to say shout out to you, Drew, and thank you for picking these games up for me. He'd call me up and told me when he found some games and asked me if, you know, if the price was good and if he should pick them up for me, and I ended up paying them back for him. So again, thank you, Drew, for picking me up WrestleMania for the GameCube, complete, and also for the Game Boy Advance, he picked up Crash Bandicoot, The Huge Adventure, and then a couple original Game Boy games here. We got Donkey Kong, little label fading, but no big deal, and Space Invaders. And I think he got that whole stack for $5, so good deal. And again, once again, I appreciate you picking them up for me, man. Always looking out for me. But anyway, that was all we got for the day. So absolutely crazy day of garage selling. By far the best day so far this year. Definitely excited to go out again next weekend. There's no like town-wide garage sales or anything that I'm aware of, but still hoping we find some pretty good stuff. So awesome day. I want to thank you guys for sticking around and checking out the entire video, and until next time, take care.